Hi, Josh Bentley here. The first work of art I've chosen to focus on this week is the Venus of Hall Fels. As you can see here, you may have seen it in your book or in the slideshow. It was carved out of mammoth tusk. It's approximately 2.5 inches tall, but it has a hook on top, as you can see here, which signifies that it was probably worn as a necklace or a charm. Um, it's the oldest surviving carved human figure known to man, and it was found in Germany in 2008. To me, this sculpture really focuses on the female figure as a source of life in the sense that you can see that obviously the breasts are really large and exaggerated. The belly is even poked out here a little bit, which makes it almost look like the figure would be pregnant. And then also you can almost kind of see the exaggerated female genitalia, which really sort of show this as a work of uh, visualizing the woman as giving life and focusing on the trait of her giving life more so than an actual realistic figure. The second figure that I've chosen for this week is Polykleitos of Argos' spear bearer. Once again, you may have seen it in your text. There we go. Um, this is a work of Greek classicism. This pic is actually of a Roman copy because the original was has been destroyed. Um, the figure is positioned in contrapposto, which is a positioning that was used early in classical art to sort of give a lifelike motion to the figure, as opposed to it just standing straight, 2 feet together, and just looking like a statue. This almost gives it a lifelike movement. Um, Art during this period really focused on the body as being sort of the perfect power, like the conqueror, the strong, relying solely on the strength of man. Um, and it was really mathematical and symmetrical in that, they, whenever Polykleitos designed this, he actually did math and had studied the human form for several years and had written, a sort of a book about human form and the mathematics within it. So this was sort of designed as his perfect, human form. Art during this time was also designed, to represent figures and people in their prime more so than, older or younger or whatever, the, the strongest possible that you could be. The last form that I've chosen was Donatello's David. As you can once again tell, you've probably seen this in your art, in your book and in your slideshow. This was the first freestanding nude statue since ancient Roman times in approximately 1,000 years. It was made out of bronze. You can once again see sort of a contrapposto stance, which just means that it's off balance a little bit, just to show weight on one foot, as in he's walking, or in this case, he's actually standing on Goliath's head after conquering this giant. Um, Much more sensual posing in this. The hips are flared out, the hands on the hips, even a little almost feminine with the hat, flowers on it, wearing nothing but boots along with the hat. Um, but the thing that you'll notice about this, as opposed to the other Davids, such as Michelangelo's and some of the earlier classical works, is that it's much more natural. The figure actually is more life size. It stands about 62 inches tall. So it's made to represent, an actual life-size figure. Um, so traditionally, nude art was actually used biblically in sort of an Adam and Eve, Venus, beginning of the world type phase, or it was used as a representation of the majestic form of the human body, the giant, strong figures. This was sort of the first time that the body was shown naturally and weak. And a lot of people believe that Donatello did this to show that, you see David holding the sword that's as big as he is, and you see the giant's head under him that's almost as big as his entire body. You get the feel that, this kid couldn't have conquered this giant alone. So it was, through, God alone, the power through him, the power of God through him was he able to conquer this giant. So to me, through these three different artworks, you see how you go the you go from traditionally, long time ago. Originally, art was used to, focus on traits of the figure, not the figure as a whole, not anything natural. Just, okay, women were, were reproductive, and that was what they focused on. And then as you get into the classical period, we really focused on, what we wanted to be, and the Roman conquerors, and just these larger than life figures that were really strong and just perfect. And then as we get into the Renaissance period, we get a little more sensual with the art and a little more realistic and natural with our figures. That's my post for this week. Thank you.